Ooh, who would have ever thought, my friends, professional quality transitions here on the PigCast number 192 to be specific. I think 193, 192. I'm not sure of the title, but we're here. We're queer.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's a joke. In the midst of what is a hurricane here in Miami, Florida. Now, what people don't realize, people that have been texting me and wishing well wishes upon your boy Piggy, is that Miami is not the entirety of Florida. Miami is not the entirety of Florida. It is the best city in Florida. I do have to admit that. But luckily, we're on the southern part of Florida, and this is hitting the southwest portion, actually midwest portion of Florida. And what we're getting is the balls. We're getting the balls. Manel sent me a little message saying, hey, man, I hope everything's good with this hurricane. And the way I described it is that Tampa Bay, which is approximately 2.5 hours away from here, they're getting the dick. They're getting the dick. We're getting the balls. And the balls are already starting to kind of percolate around the Miami, Florida area, which is great. As a matter of fact, I have a little bit of an update. Look at this. Look at Piggy being a weatherman here. So this is allegedly where the trajectory of this beast is going. We have Category 4. Now, for those of you guys that are not familiar with hurricanes, it goes up to Category 5. That's about it. Category 4 is pretty aggressive. It's going to essentially has the potential to level your house. And it's making landfall at a Category 3. And it's going to go sporadically into 1. Now, here's where I am. Right, Miami, Florida. Now, this is essentially going to molest Tampa Bay and Sarasota, Florida, here on the West Coast. They've been ordered to evacuate. No Floridian ever evacuates, by the way. Even in the Keys, just to give you another little example here, these are the Keys, these small islands that go down all the way to Key West. They've been told to evacuate God knows how many times. They don't fucking do it. They're not leaving. Nobody leaves. But when it is a Category 4 hurricane, you pretty much have very little options. And you could see the span of this. So within the next couple hours, this is going to make its way from here to here to around here. And we're part of that. We're part of that. As much as I like to say we're getting the balls, we're getting some meat and potatoes. As a matter of fact, here we have some spaghetti models, as they like to call them. And I love this one in particular. I do love this one. That there's one guy that said, you know what, fuck Miami. They have too many magicians. They have too many virgins. They have too many losers. And this is what that particular strand happens to go with. The rest of them, the average, happens to be going through directly Disney, as a matter of fact. It's going right through Disney, but they're going to be getting a Category, I believe, 1, maybe a 2. Tampa is really worth getting all the brunt of it. And you can see where I am right over here. We're going to be looking at updates throughout the stream. If you want to leave a voicemail, make sure to do so by looking at the link in the description section below. You can leave some nice little voicemails there. I also have some other topics that I want to get through, because believe it or not, we're not only going to be talking about the stupidity of the hurricane. We're also going to be talking about HOAs. HOAs, as a matter of fact, directly tied to the hurricane, which is the one that hit North Carolina. And of course, HOAs be talking. Disney, we're going to be looking at some topics on there and some other miscellaneous things. A magician, believe it or not, this is a magic channel. So we are going to be going through what I think is my least favorite magician of all time. But let's look at the comments here first. Mike says, I was going to text and send my prayers and best wishes. Super excited to be able to make a live stream, though. Yeah, your boy's out here. It doesn't matter if the hurricane was hitting us directly. I'd waste my resources on an actual live stream. That's what I'd do. I wish I could actually get into the midst of it. I would love to do a live stream categorizing the hurricane as to what it's hitting directly outside. The only problem is not the wind for me. The wind is not an issue. It's the rain. The rain is very obnoxious. Sometimes it's mixed with thunderstorms, but hopefully we should be all right. I haven't done any preparation for the house whatsoever. I don't have... I bought a lot of Zin. That's what I bought. I have some cans. But here's the thing that I realized about hurricane shopping. I purchase things as if I'm always in a hurricane. I eat the same things every day. Eggs, beans, cheese, fucking tuna. turkey. Like, and most tuna comes in cans. So I'm always eating cans of tuna and cans of sardines. So I eat as if I'm in a hurricane. Somebody told me that was sad the other day. No, why would that be sad? That's gains, buddy. It's protein. It's good sources of... Just flex out of there. Let's see over here. Pepsi Addict says, this weather segment reminds me of new style desk videos from 2021. I hope you're safe. Looks like you're circumcised from the rest of the U.S. That is the shitty part too, which is the location of where we're at. Because if you notice, Florida is essentially, it's a penis. Florida's a giant penis, and it's just there, a nice little peninsula, isolated from the rest of the continental United States. And the last hurricane made its way through the Gulf and essentially ravaged North Carolina. I have a friend going there now. I think he's an idiot, going there for a fucking baby shower. What? You could wait. All right, it could wait. You don't have to go there and deal with closed highways and flooding that they're still taking care of, but whatever. But this is normal. We get hurricanes at least 4 or 5 times a year. And the good thing about hurricanes, at least compared to what people get in this area, is we see it coming. We see it coming. Like this shit, look at how long it's been since we've been tracking this. There's another one coming up from underneath Cuba that's probably going to turn into a hurricane as well. Look how long we've had to deal with this. All these individual little points, this is how long we have to deal with these things. And still, people tend to prepare last minute. I went to the grocery store yesterday, not to get, supplies, but to get bread, just because I felt like having sandwiches. And of course, there are people panicking. Toilet paper seems to be the first thing that people just buy in bulk. Why? We're in 2024. Buy baby wipes. Baby wipes is where it's at. Toilet paper just smears. Baby wipe cleans. It cleans, it cleanses. Whereas people, for some reason, tend to just get a toilet paper that just spreads the fecal matter all over your bumhole. No, you shouldn't be partaking in toilet paper in 2023. So I do have some voicemails from before. Let's take a look at this one. This one was from 2 days ago. Let's hear what Luvu has to say. Banger of a track. Steve Perry belted his life away in, I believe, 1981 when that song came out on the Frontiers album. Peak. Lloyd Barnes left an email or left a voicemail. Typically, I don't believe if it's whoever it says it is, but I believe that this could possibly be Lloyd.
Hey there, little pig.
Okay.
Yo, dude, it's me, Lloyd. Just a little goodwill gesture, a little voicemail to say I hope you stay safe during Hurricane Milton and that you don't die. But it would be cool to see you live stream your death on YouTube, but I really hope you don't die. But if you do, could I please have your playing card collection? Except for the missing piece decks, those suck. But all the other ones, totally, please leave them to me.
Okay, the rest of that message is to be disregarded. Thank you, Lloyd. I appreciate it very much. I still have, we're down to like the last bits of missing piece decks. We're down to the last bits of them. So I don't think I'm going to sell them. I don't think we're going to sell them. I think I'm just going to keep them. But thank you, Lloyd. Yeah, I'll send you my card collection, which is nothing, by the way. I don't collect playing cards. People have just sent me cards over the years. Kind of virgin-y, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of having and hoarding playing cards. You good. Gutbuster Mike says you good, but I like regular Mexican Weather Channel better. True, they're a lot hotter than I am. That's for sure. And as a matter of fact, let me give you an example here. First of all, just before we go anywhere, I'm not gonna get killed by a hurricane in Milton. Let me just state that emphatically. If I get killed by a hurricane named Milton, I deserve death. Because Milton, imagine. Oh, what happened to Piggy? Oh, Piggy died. The hurricane wasn't named Milton. Milton. But what we have from time to time are aggressive and annoying HOAs. HOA is the Homeowner Association. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. This is bordering on what could be false, what could be a fabricated letter. So we have to err on the side of caution here. But HOAs, every single time you deal with them, it's just a bunch of old swingers that want a little bit of power. They want a little bit of control. And how do they get that? Well, by becoming part of the Homeowners Association. And this individual, I believe, is from one of the Carolinas. And he made the transgression in his house to use a generator. That was his problem. So let's go into it and check out what some HOAs have to say about using a generator post-hurricane.
So the power went out a couple days ago, and lo and behold, this showed up the very next day. Subject, noise complaint regarding generator used during recent power outage. Dear non-HOA homeowner, we are writing in response to several complaints received from HOA members regarding the recent power outage that affected the entire town. While we understand the challenges of a blackout, your actions during this time have raised concerns among the community.
Now,
during the outage, you utilized a gas...
Again, this is bordering on parody, right? This is bordering on parody. But this is true. If you ever see HOA complaints, I'm friends now with a guy who does code enforcement around the city. And he tells me the majority of people that complain and call in tips are old, bored assholes. They're just people there that are bored. Hey, my neighbor's putting up a fence and he's doing a lot of noise. And then they come in, and of course, there's always something to be said by people that do code enforcement. And that's who you're dealing with, snitches. And here it's the exact same thing. So this is entirely a possible scenario.
Power backup generator to restore power to your home. While backup generators are not prohibited, the following issues were raised. Excessive noise. Multiple HOA members reported that your generator was loud and disruptive, causing undue disturbance throughout the neighborhood. Such noise during an already stressful situation aggravated the discomfort for those without power. Oh dear. Perceived...
Could you imagine? Perceived unfairness. Several HOA members were frustrated that they themselves don't have a generator. It reminds me of that Family Guy bit where I believe, what is it? The guy that invented the Edison, right? He's in his house and he has all the light bulbs, and the person across the street is complaining because he doesn't have the power that Edison has. It's a funny bit. I'm ruining it. But it's the exact same thing manifested in real life.
Unfairness. Several HOA members were frustrated by the fact that while the rest of the community was without power, you were seen watching the game on your TV and carrying on as normal. The disparity caused further dissatisfaction among residents who felt the noise and visible signs of your powered home were inconsiderate during the outage. Okay. We kindly ask that you take the following actions in the future. Consider a quieter alternative. If possible, invest in a quieter or more discreet generator system to reduce the noise impact on your neighbors. Be mindful of your neighbors. While using your generator, consider minimizing activities that might highlight the contrast between your powered home and those without electricity. We hope this letter serves as a reminder to maintain community harmony even during challenging situations. If you have any questions or concerns...
Yeah, so what I would do in this scenario is I would take that same letter and I would wipe myself post bowel movement, and then fold the letter nicely, put it in an envelope, and send it right back to them. Could you imagine? Oh, people were upset because you were watching TV because you made the investment of getting a generator. This is the difference between what we're dealing with here, as one of my favorite buzzwords of 2024, I guess, which is equity. Equity. That's the term. It means not necessarily bringing people that are lower than you to above you. It's chopping you down. That's what that means. Every time you see that nice little buzzword, equity, it doesn't mean equality. It's no longer equality, which means everyone coming up to the same level. It's you're here, they're here. Instead of bringing them up, we're just going to chop you down to their level. That's what equity means. And that's essentially what this HOA is telling this guy. Could you imagine? Oh, while there's nothing wrong with having a generator, There's no rules against it. Also, you're a non-HOA member. That's the first thing they mentioned. Attention, not non-HOA member. But could you imagine getting a letter like that and the person that wrote it, with their fat fingers dusted in Doritos, they're just there writing it up, thinking they're doing something? Ew. My goodness, what a fucking bunch of a waste of life that is the HOA. But that's a thing. And I know for a fact that there will be an old person that complains, hi, yeah, there's something going on. My neighbor's having a really loud, it seems like a generator, and he's watching television. We're here without power and he's watching television? Yeah, because you didn't get a generator. You didn't go to Home Depot and buy one. That's what happens, my dear. I remember one of the hurricanes, the last one that hit us pretty bad. We're out of power for about 2 weeks. And I was living next to my friend's house, and we had to go to his dad's job. We had to get this massive generator that I don't know how I put in a truck to this day without getting a hernia. And we were figuring it out. And it was that trouble of getting the generator, bringing it over, getting it all connected, and seeing what it is that you're going to connect, what it is that you value. To have somebody come in and tell you, hey, man, no, you can't have that around here. Fuck. Hey, fuck you old fuck. And it's always the same kinds of people. That's the absolute worst part. It's the same kinds of people. Hungry and Hungover says, I don't understand what the HOA is. What power do they have if you own a home? Everyone can eat a dick. What do you want? Well, unfortunately, when you buy property in certain places, you have to be subject to the rules of the Homeowners Association. It's like a group that they make rulings and they make general decisions for the rest of the community based on the members of the community that are part of that same HOA. So they have to have the grass a certain height. Your buildings have to be painted in a certain way. I know certain cities pretty much have that by the local government, and it's shit. But some HOAs are just, they're always power-hungry old people that they're cat ladies. They're permanent cat women or cat moms that essentially tell you what to do with a house that you bought. And then you have to pay a fee on top of that. But then again, sometimes they could provide community things like, oh, we're going to put mulch. We're going to put mulch in all the communal areas. So it's a waste, but unfortunately, that's one of the problems with our dear system here in the United States is that it breeds corruption, at least in that level. So that's fun. That was great to watch. This is, let me see the update. I keep looking at the updates here, by the way, just to see the trajectory in the hopes that we don't, in fact, get this one here. That's what I'm hoping for. That for me, making fun of it, there's always that one person in class that when a teacher asks a question that, everybody has the wrong answer and then they just raise their hand and they have the correct answer and everyone laughs at them because they think they're wrong, but they end up being right. What if this one is right? What if somehow between now and 2 hours from now, this decides to just yeet and ruin what could be the next 4 months for me? You never know. But I guess we'll be finding out live if this stream takes long enough. But so far, this seems to be the case here. It's moved southern. I don't even know if this is valuable information for anyone other than myself. If you're watching the stream, you're probably from somewhere in England. Most of the people that watch this stuff are from more north of the United States. But so this is essentially on path to molest the entirety of Central Florida. Luckily for me, again, I happen to be right here. Let's play this and see what it looks like. So I can't wait to get this right here. Because we're still getting a little bit of balls. That's what I mentioned before. We're still getting a little bit of balls. Tampa Bay is getting the penis, but we're getting the balls. So I can't wait to find out later on. And the power lines here were essentially made in, 1987. And they're updated sporadically. Thank you for using our tax dollars well. And there's always some sort of power outage. There's always some sort of deal where you're not without power for a day and a half. And you have to live like you're in Cuba. So I always enjoy that particular aspect of it. Speaking of things that bother me, Disney is another one that I don't think they're closing. I don't think Disney's closing. There's a whole controversy with Disney not closing for the hurricane, despite the track of the hurricane being directly over Animal Kingdom. So that's a fun little bit. This one is one that I saw in connection to Disney, where adults don't happen to realize that the people there are characters. So if you happen to be a villain as a character in Disney, your job is to play the role and act as if you are the villain. Unfortunately, it's a bunch of theater kids that overdo it, but that's their job. They're reprimanded when they go out of character for any reason whatsoever. You're always being watched in Disney, but apparently these people generally thought that the evil queen was in fact being evil, purposely, maliciously. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Again, perpetual Disney adults.
Couple gets mad at the evil queen for being the evil queen, LOL.
You're not an evil queen. That's ugly. That was straight ugly. I was asking for a picture with your phone like this. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. You have an ugly attitude. You have an ugly attitude.
You have an ugly attitude. Look. Let's take a look at the fit of this individual that is screaming at a character at a Disney park. Look at this guy right over here with the smolder. Let's see his woman. I want to see his woman. Oh, there she is right there. God, perpetually miserable people. Obviously, they're playing a character and they're going to keep to the character. I didn't go to Disney school. That's the way Disney is. You know that intuitively from going to any Disney park. And these people, I guess, didn't take that to heart. Didn't understand that. Even though they're obviously looking like the stereotype of Disney adults. It would have been infinitely better had this individual been wearing a Disney hat, had he had the Mickey ears. But ew. Gosh, what a fucking bunch of losers. Could you imagine? I guess it's both sides of the spectrum, and I mean spectrum in all senses of the word, where people in Disney, you have the perpetual Disney adults, and you have the people that don't understand it. And in this case, those are the people that are just the worst side of the opposite side of the spectrum. Because you have the Disney adults that they think Disney's real, and they think that everything there is worthy enough to shape your entire life around. And then you have the other ones that are on the other side of the spectrum that are just miserable cunts. They're just miserable. My goodness. So I found that to be funny, I guess, and I guess topical because it has to do with Disney, who's getting currently probably bombarded by the same things that we're getting bombarded with, although they're in the direct line. I believe they're going to get a Category 1, which is still pretty aggressive. Don't frown on a Category 1. It's still a lot of wind. It's enough to essentially uproot trees and make you not have a good time. So Category 5, this hurricane was bordering on a 6, which doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But it was bordering on that while it was brewing in Mexico. This is another fun one. I guess this is a Magic channel, so I have to talk about Magic from time to time. This guy, I hate this guy. This guy bothers me. Every time I see his stupid face, I'm going to take out the volume because it's going to be a copyright track. But this guy bothers me. His stupid, surprised face. It gets me. It gets my gears ground. And him and another guy. There's a guy that has kind of like a hot girlfriend that does the same bit. And it bothers me. It annoys me because they have the same music in every video. They have the same stupid face. They pretend like it's obvious when you look at the mechanism of most magic tricks, and it's fairly complicated. Some are simple, but they make it seem like, yeah, it's obvious. All you had was a secret printer in your pocket that connects to an app on your iPhone, and when you say the word that corresponds to the country, you're also wearing an Apple Watch that you're holding this way. And then when you hold it this way, it records that information. It sends that to the printer. It prints it out in thermal ink, and it makes it look like your handwriting, of which you then crumble, you hold in your hand, and you pretend to take it out of a little. So it gets complicated. And then they go, look, it's obvious. It's easy. It's obvious. You'll see now. But we have a Asian lady stirring what looks like to be a popsicle stick, and then she changes the liquid from ink to a goldfish, and you could see that she kind of flashes. What is this? What is this stupid guy's face that he does every single time? Oh, look, I'm looking at myself on the monitor because I have no conviction in my abilities to set up a shot correctly. And then here he shows you how it's done. Oh, look, the black paper goes inside the cup. And I have a popsicle stick that's black on the outside. That's still fairly complex to come up with. And then he does that stupid face. Look, easy, easy. I hate this guy. He does this for every single video, and it makes me want to find him and change some lives. Look at this. Oh, man. Dude, it telescopes. The stupid face. You know what this is? This is content for people taking a shit. This is essentially what this is. It's content for people pooping. It's content for people that are watching videos potentially without volume on. I remember Julius Dean told me that. He's like, yeah, your video shit because the video has to be understandable with no volume on. I'm like, how do you get nuance then? How do you have nuance in your video? How do you have a modicum of IQ in a video then? I like jokes that you maybe have to think a bit, that they require a little bit of thought, not stupidity and, oh, look, a hot girl. So I remember we talked about that in Blackpool, and I wanted to... I have a picture of his dick, by the way. He has a tiny dick, Julius Dean. So, yeah, this guy bothers me. He does the same bits in every single video. Oh, blowjob face. And every time I see it, it just makes me want to change the school. This one's cool. That one's kind of cool. Right? And it just looks like it vanishes. This one's particularly good because it's away from anything. My goodness. I guess this stuff, he just does this. This is an entire account, 1.8 million followers. His stupid surprise face with every single fucking video. Let's see what he does here. So this guy makes the coin vanish. Of course, it's staged or whatever. It doesn't matter. The trick is now for the audience. It's not really for the people there. But let's see what this guy decides to do. Does he put his stupid face? Yeah, that's a very natural position for you to have your hand. God, stupid. Bothers me. It bothers me to see that. Am I the only one? I know magicians would look at that and they'll go, oh, man. Oh, no, he's ruining magic. He's exposing all these methods. Oh, man. That's what they have an argument with. No, not me. I look at that and it bothers me. The guy's face, his attitude, his purpose, just everything annoys me. So that was, what do you call this? Something that grinds my gears. It gets me, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. My goodness. What else do I have here? I have some dumb bitch. I don't know what dumb bitch on TikTok is. I guess that's another topic here that I seem to have written down. I should be a little bit more specific when it comes to what I write down for my topics because dumb bitch could be any video. There are millions of videos of dumb bitches. I guess this one might be it. This one is a video of a woman walking in the night saying, leaving the club to call the person you're truly in love with after securing drinks all night. And of course, this is the beacon, by the way. This is what lets you know that this right here is what lets you know that she really has strength in her conviction when she turns off the comments section. So essentially what this video is saying is it's okay to be a hoe. It's okay to be a hoe because you could just use your honess to get free drinks all night as long as you call the person you're truly in love with. I don't think that's the way it works, my dear. I don't think that's the way it works, honey. Also, why are you going to the club? Why are you going to the club? You have a significant other. You're in love with someone. You go to the club to find people and to talk to people and to dance with people. Now you're going to call that person? What's going on here? So this is just constant. And I guarantee you that at some point there's also a lot of reinforcement in this sort of behavior. As a matter of fact, there's one here that I think is connected to this. Let me see if I could find this one in particular. Just idiocy and they're reinforcing these cat moms. Let me see if I could find that video in particular. I know that I put it here. Lonely women comments. That's what I wrote it as. Lonely women comment. Is it this one? Oh, this one. Yeah. So this one too. And this person left their comment section on. And it's a girlfriend surprising her boyfriend with, I believe, some sort of, I don't know, it's a game thing or a helmet. Oh, it's a helmet. And the comments were like, wow, red flags. Red flags. I hope this relationship never finds me. I'll show you the video and then we'll look through the comments.
Did you buy that? She bought it.
What the fuck is that? You just bought it?
Is it signed? Yeah, it's signed. By who? Leon motherfucker!
Nothing wrong with this so far, but in the 34 seconds, every other woman in the comments has found a red flag in only 34 seconds so far.
Let me see the signature.
So he gets the helmet that his girlfriend bought.
That's crazy. She loves it.
Obviously excited.
Bro, you're nutting in her tonight. You're not pulling out.
That guy said you're nutting in her tonight. So it's obviously a group of friends here.
Cry. Give me the keys, baby.
Shots!
Give me the keys.
Hey, picture! Hunter! Hunter, take a picture!
I think they hug at some point. Do they hug? I know I remember seeing either a longer version of this or I know that there is some affection shown there, but look at that. Nice little cute pics with the helmet. So obviously what people find an issue with in this video is that he's not bowing down to her. He's not bowing down. They're drunk. They're at a bar. You know, you're surrounded by friends. And, of course, these comments. Lots of insecure ladies in here. No likes by PigCake. That's upsetting. You could literally see her waiting for any kind of thank you. May this type of relationship never find me. His friend said, what? The look of regret on her face proceeds to blame ranch water, I guess because he was drunk. Wow, this is painful to watch. These are all single women. By the way, these are all single women leaving comments like this. Whoa, I wish I never have a relationship like this, implying that, of course, you're not in a relationship. That was painful. The way the smile left the chat. What did he say? I feel like I'd immediately go home if I went out with these people. And again, if I went out, implying that you don't go out. You're by yourself. So it's a bunch of people that are making judgments about a relationship when they're not in a relationship, which I just find hysterical. And this sort of validation happens all the time. And I just see it and it angers me. My little finger there, I just want to comment and reply back to all of them. Yeah, maybe because you're a loveless, lonely bitch. That's why you have opinions as such. And then have that guy with the blowjob mouth going and pointing up at the comments. I don't understand it. And of course, you'll have a bunch of people responding to this going, now, this is disgusting. I haven't taken the time to look for it. Maybe I have. Maybe I should have. But, you know, people stitch videos on TikTok, and, you know, it's always women going, now, this behavior is disgusting. This is just unacceptable. Obviously, you don't know their relationship. And look at the caption. The little picture is them kissing. It's him thanking her. It's him kissing her. Because I guess they're not insecure in their relationship, and all the people judging are people that are not in relationships. That's what I love. That's what I love seeing on TikTok, on Instagram, on all these things. Hungry and Hungover says, if only Benoit's wife bought him a helmet. That was, of course, Chris Benoit, who murdered his family. PigCake, do you have access to the Magic Cafe? I do. I do have access to the Magic Cafe. That'd be weird if I didn't. The Magic Cafe. I see that every product I ever come out with, or anything that I've ever put out on the Magic Cafe, I'm actually logged into Peter Turner's account. That's funny, because I don't have access to the big stuff, like the hidden forums, the secret sessions. So he gave me access to his Magic Cafe account so I could look at those and read things. But all my products are always the threads are removed. So I don't know why. Or any sort of someone brought up the topic the other day of me having an interview on the Magic Cafe. They deleted it. A little bit weird, Christine Kirk. Cobby Lame Face. Yeah, very... But it's the bit's already been done. The bit's already been done. Dude is a neckbeard. Can't shoot the hurricane. Unfortunately, you cannot shoot the hurricane. Although one of the things that everybody should have when you are dealing with natural disasters is a gun. I have mine right here behind me at all times. I always have a knife. Not for personal defense, but you'd be surprised as to how often you end up needing a knife. I also have a sharpener that I use. This is a great one. I've mentioned this many times. This is a, what is it? A Work Sharp field sharpener. This is unbelievable. And to use this as an art form on your knife. And my knife is always very sharp, hair-shavingly sharp. This is a thing that every man should have. And I didn't realize this until maybe a year ago. Like a knife, why do you need a knife? You just have keys. No, get a knife. You're not going to be, you're going to be surprised as to how often you pull this baby out and cut things. And, you know, you need to cut zip ties or packages or something stuck. You need to cut it. God knows how many times that's happened to me. This is a fairly strong knife. It's a fake Benchmade, but I pry things all the time. It's a very good investment to have. But dumb bitches, we don't have a lack of dumb bitches. I think that they're just everywhere. And here's another example. Now, have your opinion about COVID, whatever, that's on you. But there's a limit, and this is the limit. This is the limit right here. It's when your entire identity becomes having a mask. Now, the argument's still there as to the efficacy of having a mask. I believe most people are doing it incorrectly, 99% of people, because you're touching it. You're not supposed to touch it. You're supposed to have gloves on, put it on, and never touch it, because then your hands, potentially contaminating, could touch it, and then now the germs are there. You're breathing in all the shit that's on your mask. So, whatever. But, you know, assuming this person's doing it correctly, why is this now your personality?
This is how I travel as a COVID-conscious person. First, I use Covixyl nasal spray before going to the airport, and I mask in the Uber, of course, and
look at the I
always mask.
You already knew. You already knew the shape, the tattoos, the dadless person, the vanity of being in a public place and setting up a camera to record yourself in what you think is a good fit. This is all, see all the red flags that people saw in the other video that don't exist, I see in this video.
And I always mask in the airport. When I get on the plane, I wipe down as much as I can with Clorox wipes, and I use my Pure Enrichment air purifier for the plane. I wait a little bit to eat after everyone else.
Look at what you're doing. What are you doing? You're touching the mask with your ugly ass tattoo. You're touching the mask. This is completely null and void the moment you decide to touch your mask.
Plane. I wait a little bit to eat after everyone else gets their snacks, and I plan to do as much of my activities outside as possible. When I get home, I wear a mask and test a few days in a row. And this is how I travel.
When I go home, I wear a mask. That's what she just said. When she's in the comfort of her own home. It's a personality at this point. And again, you could have your own opinion. You could put on a mask, but is this not crazy? Am I crazy for thinking this is crazy? I don't fucking think so.
In the airport. When I get on the plane, I wipe down as much as I can.
It's this sort of aggrandizing thing that now you have, that you put it on and you think you're better now because I'm being conscious. You're not. You're not. Even though, hey, example A of you being an idiot is grabbing it and touching your mask with your dirty, disgusting hands. It doesn't matter if you wipe down your nearby vicinity. You're still going to get shit on your hand. You're not going to be conscious as to what you're touching all the time unless you are actually, in fact, crazy. So am I wrong to be judging this? I don't think so. I don't think so. But especially when it's your entire personality, when it becomes your entire existence. Ugh, my goodness. Fuck off. I don't think I'm alone in that sentiment. I don't think I'm alone in that particular thing. And I also don't believe that she waited to eat. I don't believe that. I think that she's definitely the moment she got that cookie, that adult doggy snack that they give you in every airplane ride, that she scorfed it down her face. Last call to bar, still wouldn't. No, definitely not. The tattoos are a red sign. I know that I'm a hypocrite because I have awful tattoos, but they're awful tattoos on purpose. Like this one says small tattoo. I have a smaller tattoo. The same tattoo or another tattoo. Like they're making fun of tattoos. Every time I go to a tattoo parlor, they don't like me because I'm essentially making fun of them. And it's kind of irony because I have tattoos, but they're making fun of tattoos because I don't like tattoos. So on a female, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. And when you see those sort of generic tattoos that to them it means something, but really it's just you went to a tattoo parlor and you said, I want tattoos. Give me a tattoo. That's what she said. There's no thought. Oh, look, a cornstalk. What? Shut up. A house. Ill. And they're just disgusting. They look ill-placed. The whole thing is just a walking red flag. This right here is just a perfect example. Look at this. Fit check because masking is hot. What? She's there. People just sitting down. Shut up. Put your phone away. Read a book. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. Oh, God. I'll never forget in the height of COVID, I was on a walk. And I was outside and I didn't have a mask on. And some lady and I knew she was going to say something from a fucking far. And she goes, oh, I thought you, yeah. She keeps pointing at my face. And I walk by her and she's stepping away. And I go, what? What's going on? She goes, oh, I thought you would be wearing a mask. And I go, excuse me? And she goes, yeah, you're supposed to be wearing a mask. And I said, and I'm usually not like this, but I said, do me a favor, which is a great line, by the way. Right before you say something offensive, do me a favor is a great line. And I said, let me just capitalize this. I go, do me a favor and go fuck yourself. And she goes, what? I go, yeah, do me a favor, go fuck yourself. And she goes, oh my God. And then kept walking off. And I'm like, fuck you. Fucking idiot. We're outside. We're outside. And you're wearing one of those fucking see-through masks that you could essentially blow someone through. So I hated that. During the height of COVID. Hurricane update. Let's take a look. Let's see. Refreshing the page. Any sort of updates? Seeing that I'm a fucking weatherman all of a sudden. Let's go through the weather channel. So far, it doesn't seem like the hurricanes moved. I believe they have updates at 4. And I forgot what other times they do. But you could see the hurricane here. Florida's here. The hurricane is there. Let's see what potential movement. Seems to be moving north. That's what the trajectory seems to be having. That it's going to be moving north, which is not necessarily, I don't want to be selfish and say that's a good thing. No hurricane is a good thing, but it is moving away, up and around. So what we're getting is essentially a mix. That's what I'm getting here in sunny Miami, Florida. You could see the Keys are getting kind of molested. And it seems like we're going to be getting the outskirts of this hurricane. That orange is not fun, though. So maybe 20 mile per hour winds, 20 to 40 mile per hour winds. Here you're getting pretty aggressive winds. You're getting a pretty aggressive time. Let me see this one. No, this is not updating. But I love, again, I mentioned this one just because of the humor of this particular line that says, you know what, fuck it. This hurricane's going to have a problem with Miami in specific. It's going to cut through the West Coast, and it's going to cut right through, I guess, Fort Lauderdale mostly, people in Deerfield Beach. What a shit show. Hurricanes are never a fun thing. I remember we had Andrew back in the day. Andrew is the one in 1992 that essentially every person that's lived in Miami swears on because the zoo was made a mess. It made trees twist. There are still some trees that are twisted because of a hurricane that happened in 1992. So I'm sure it's pussy, though, to the people that deal with tornadoes. Because tornadoes just happen. They just happen. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I guess there's a tornado. Better go to the basement. I feel like it's also funny because they're told to go to the basement. We don't have basements here in Miami because our basements would always be flooded. Let's look through the comments here. You're a magician. Can you just cut the hurricane in half? Christian, you're getting a pin, and it's not the pin that you want. You're getting a pin of shame. I said you're getting a pin of shame. pin of shame for that. That might be the most virgin-y thing I've read in a while. Let me just give you this right here so everybody can laugh and point at your comments for being as virgin-y as this shirt. However, you did say, what's my opinion on the Magic Cafe? It's AIDS. The Magic Cafe is a website where a bunch of magicians get together and they talk about magic tricks and they're all judgy and they all think they're the best. And it's AIDS. The Magic Cafe has never been good. Although I do remember somebody telling me, Steve Brooks, like, man, you should see what he's posting on his Instagram. It's crazy. It's unhinged. And I go, yeah, fuck him. He's the guy that made the Magic Cafe. It's awful. It's terrible. And then I go and I see his Instagram. I'm like, well, I agree with that one. That one I agree with too. Where are the ones where I disagree with? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Shit, I agree with most of what Steve Brooksy has to post on Instagram. Shit. I saw him once at a Magi Fest, I believe, in Columbus. I didn't say hi, but I saw him from afar, and I'm like, you fucker. You ruined magic for normal people, despite me agreeing with your opinions. I guess this is another topic that I have, which is stupidity. Is this on TikTok? No, it's on Twitter. Why in 2024 would you ever run out of your check? Why would you ever run out of your check? And especially if you're going to run out of your check, why would you leave your keys? At the very least, be a good thief. Be better. Be a better thief.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
So that's what happened to these individuals. I'm not going to say anything else. People might think, oh, Piggy's going to make some joke about the way they look. No, I'm better than that. But let's take a look at the video and how it transpires. Look.
They went to the bathroom. Y'all went to the bathroom?
And my favorite part about this is that the guys are clowning them. The people around them are clowning them. Hey, y'all went to the bathroom? Yeah, seems like it. Now, these are the same type of hoes that post on Instagram and Twitter. I ain't need no man. Which is funny because that I ain't need no man, that double negative means you need a man, but that's a semantic point. They say, oh, a minimum, I want a man that makes 6 figures. There was one that I saw the other day that's like, when we say 6 figures, we don't mean like 100,000. And it's these bitches. These are the types of bitches. They buy their outfits from Shein.com or Forever 21 or secondhand, and they go out and they run out on their bill. That's what the hoes that are posting loudly on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter look like IRL. Isn't that great? Now, they left their keys, and now my favorite part, you don't go to the bathroom, all of you, at the same time. That's not the way restaurants work. It's a unwritten code. I didn't take a night course in going to a restaurant, but I know that if I go to a restaurant and somebody's going to the bathroom and it's only 2 people, we're both not going to go to the bathroom. That's not the way it works. 2 or 3 people in your party stay. One goes to the bathroom, maybe 2 of them, as long as there's somebody in the table. Why? Because people could steal your shit. The restaurant might think that you ran off on the bill. They might start picking up your drinks, assuming you haven't finished them. If you're going to steal better. Be better at thievery. Don't leave your shit. They left their keys and now they have to deal with the consequence. My favorite thing is what one of these brothers say at the end of the video.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't have walked out. For that bill. Pay your bill. Yeah, y'all left them keys. Y'all shouldn't have walked out. The world's dumbest criminals. Y'all making us look bad. Yeah.
Y'all making us look bad. That's exactly the same sentiment that I have. I'm with you guys. You're making us look bad. You're making us look bad. Because you're there, you're a good, respectable citizen, you're paying your bill, you're courteous, you're giving a tip, and I guarantee you, the tip at the end of the day is going to be $0.00. I guarantee you. I could almost put my entire life savings on it, which is not a lot. It's not a lot. But I could put that on the fact that these individuals are leaving $0 and 0 tip. So be better if you're going to thief, if you're going to lie, if you're going to short a staff. And I believe, by the way, that comes out of the waitress. That comes out of her pocket in some restaurants if somebody walks out on a bill. So what they're doing is essentially doing this to the waitress. They're saying it's not my problem anymore. It's not our problem. And you know there's also going to be a contention when it comes to the bill. There's always a problem. Every time there's a situation where there's more than, I would say, 5 people, I talk to the waiter. I say, hey, I'm going to be ordering this separately. I hope that that's not a concern. All right, I'm going to be ordering this separately. And then here's my card. That's what I do. Because I know it's always going to be a shit show. And these parties of 10, of 20. No. Hey, excuse me. I'm going to be ordering separately. Here's my card. Open up a separate tab. And there you go. So at the end, I get my bill. Everybody else has to deal with their shit. Because this thing is one of my least favorite things in every restaurant. Hey, did you get the nachos? Did you get the nachos? I got the nachos for myself. I got the nachos on my tab. I'm not going to be dealing with people pointing at a fucking check. So I always do that. And that saved me a lot of headaches throughout the years. Because then you're Venmoing. No. Fuck off. I saw 3 ladies steal from Goodwill yesterday. It was surreal. The cashier girl left to get shoes and they ran right out the door. Stealing at Goodwill?
Be better. Be better. Be better.
What are you
be
doing,
better.
man? Stealing at Goodwill? What are you, making off with $5 in profit? Yeah, good job. Fucking idiots. We need more magic drama. I agree. We're part of a very lame field. I hope you know that. Us magicians, we're part of a very lame. The drama is always lame. Even when we get to drama, it's always like, oh, you came up with the same idea that I did. When I came out with In a Pinch, which is out now, I'm solely pushing it, even though I've already made the money on it, just because it's a trick that I made up with Peter Turner. And I got a comment I got a DM from very nice Japanese magician, and he goes, hey man, I was coming up with ideas with the new iOS update, and I saw that you guys came out with In a Pinch, and if this happens to be anything similar to your method, I just want to apologize, but I was coming up with this separately. Fine with me, nothing wrong with that. And he showed me the trailer, and what he had was infinitely different and very creative. And still, why would it matter? Magicians are so fickle and virginy that they think that what they came up with is the only thing. No, I came up with this. There's nobody else in the world that could have ever come up with this. Shut up. Shut up, you fucking virgin. Mentally ill virgins is what most magicians are. They moved it to Tricks and Effects, claiming that it was already released. The only time I saw that happen. What happened with somebody requesting an interview with me, it happened with something else that I put out. It wasn't Hotspot. It was something way before that that my name was on, and the thread was closed. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. It is strange. I hate to admit it. I do frequently check on a latest and greatest, and they immediately banned a post about your hotspot. They said, yeah, what Jason said, that they moved it to a different forum. Sean P says she was flying to a protest on climate change, talking about the masker. Last call in the candy bar. That's funny. That's a good one. That's a layered joke there. Exactamundo says, I bring a toenail clipping with me when I eat at a restaurant. I finish the food and then call the waitress over and shout at her until she comps the bill and offers me free desserts. Well, the heart attack ploy is a good one at a restaurant. Not to ever say that I'll condone this, but you go to like a Denny's and you pretend to have a heart attack and you call the ambulance and the ambulance comes over. There's a lot of, I would say a lot of steps to this one, but you end up having a free meal. I remember I was at CVS Pharmacy and I had a massive panic attack. I don't know why. I just had everything. I had tunnel vision. I started sweating. I thought I was having a heart attack. Turns out it was a panic attack. And I had things in my hand that I was going to purchase. And I walked out of the store in a fervor, wondering what the fuck I'm going to do. How am I going to solve this issue? And I realized, oh, I stole. So I had these things in my hand. So it's a good thing. Pretend to have a panic attack. And then walk out of a store and you'll be able to steal. And I guess you're forgetting you're stealing. In my case, I forgot that I stole. And what did I steal? I stole like some dumb shit too. I think some Icy Hot. So I didn't even steal some good stuff. But that's a good move. Exactamundo. So I guess that's all the topics that I had to go through. I know that there's one here in particular that's a bonus topic that I wanted to get in here that I was going to mention in my last stream that I glossed over. Let's see this one. Get the fuck out of here. No, this isn't it. You cannot be. Oh, this one.
All right, thank you.
So I don't know what this is. Let's see. This is a, I guess there's something about a walkie-talkie that makes you look like you have some sort of power. Mall cops have this problem. Any sort of security. We saw it in a previous live stream where they got kicked out of a convention and the guy goes, "You must leave the premises." And he was very, very retarded. That's what a walkie-talkie does. And here it's the exact same thing. So I saw this and I was immediately angry.
All right, thank you. You guys cannot be out here like this.
Out where? On the sidewalk?
No, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, excuse me?
Oh, that's very polite.
Where should
So
I go?
you have what looks like to be a guy here. I don't know. This seems to be some sort of event. And he has a walkie-talkie that he's holding in his hand. And the backup. Look at the backup here. So you already know that this is a really tough crew.
Out of here. Cops are coming.
The cops are coming. So there's no recording. I guess this is like some sort of event.
Yeah, we're on the sidewalk.
We're on a sidewalk.
People. You're wrong. You're gonna learn.
And this, look at the position here.
You said you're gonna learn kind of crap. I'm not gonna learn what?
What is
So
this?
you're wrong.
No.
At least have some conviction.
You are. No, I'm not.
So I guess they're recording at some sort of event, maybe a protest.
It's illegal to be recording people. It's illegal. You actually believe that?
And I remember seeing closer to the end of the video this. What is this position right here? Explain to me what this is. Homeboy's out here coming in with an air authority, and I believe the cops are on the camera side.
If they're standing on a public sidewalk, they can't do that.
Why?
Because that's within their rights. They're in the public way.
See, I told you so.
Then I don't want to be recorded by that.
That's you.
You're in
You
public.
have to go somewhere else. If you're in the public way,
Yeah, she engaged
there.
us.
Okay. I mean, if you're standing on a sidewalk, they can report all they want. There's no expectation of privacy out here.
Okay.
Or if they can see.
And you know what they're going to
not
write about
finding
later on their Instagram? I had a traumatizing event today with the police. ACAB. All cops are bastards. They sided with this person ruining. Meanwhile, they're the first person to do this to you. The first people to what'd you say? Huh? Tell me what you just said. Tell me what you just said. They're the first people that take out their phone as if it's some sort of weapon. Be better.
Be better. Be better.
Be better. That's a good, I guess, bonus one. But that's the stream. I don't know how this hurricane is going to go. It's supposedly going to be hitting in the next couple hours. I can't wait for that. I'm going to be having a private hurricane party in my residence. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching. I guess the best bit of advice that I could give you at the end of every live stream is the following. Let me just see if I could find it here. Maybe I should have it ready, right? But the best bit of advice is
big fucking tits.
Big fucking tits.